Our new bus is in full swing. As you can see, we have basically deleted all of the old part over here. There are just a couple of warehouses, unit storage that are remaining, but all of the production have been moved here. Let me catch you up. We're playing Captain of Industry Update 2 that was released in April 2024. If you've missed the previous episode, don't hesitate to check in the video description below, because we have indeed already covered all of the basics, in particular the tutorial. But I'm going to continue showing you all of the ropes to get to the end game. As always, since the end of the last episode, a couple of years have passed, and I'm going to show you what we've done. We ended the last episode where we had created this new maintenance block over here on our bus. If you remember, this is a bus where you take a couple of resources at the start and those resources go on the bus. For example, we have steel over here. This is going to be iron. It's going to be the wood. And I see that this should be upgraded. You can see that, it is very slow. So it's the same over here. Should be upgraded so that it gets full. But yeah, you have the resources that go on the bus. And then they're going to go off the bus to do some resources. So for example, over here, we're gonna transform copper and rubber into electronics. And because we use a lot of electronics, that also actually goes on the bus over here. Similarly, over here we have the mechanical parts. They are being built and they go on the bus. Those first two mechanical parts and electronics will go first and foremost over here to do some maintenance. And this maintenance creates recyclables that are going also on the bus. And at the end of the last episode, I told you that we should move also a research lab over here because they also create some recyclables. So that's what we've done over here, right? We start over there where we take a bit of mechanical part and electronics, basically the same resource to make lab equipments. Then those lab equipments, we have a small storage over here. And then we take those lab equipments, a bit of paper and steel to make lab equipments level 2. And these ones go into the research lab. This is actually making 12. Each of those research labs is using 4. So, I could have a third one, but I think it's fine with 2. We already make more research than, what I can build basically. So again, that's what's happening over here, right? We have the paper, we have the steel, and that's enough. Then on the other side over here, we're starting to make vehicle parts level 2. I haven't really started it, you can see it is empty, but we're going to start it together now. So we have first this one making vehicle parts level 1, iron, mechanical parts and electronics. That makes the vehicle parts level 1, and then it goes into this one here. Then this one, it goes over here to make vehicle parts level 1 plus steel plus glass to vehicle parts level 2. So if you're paying attention, you know that what we're missing right now is the glass. I did put a storage there and it goes on the bus. It's this one over here. So it's ready, to be delivered as soon as we get glass. Now we have actually researched the glass making, it's over here, we just haven't started yet. That doesn't mean we can't do something, because we can actually trade it. Now in your game this may be blocked, maybe it's gonna say something like this: requires reputation to be at least something. It is on the map. If you go to the map, when you discover a new settlement, it could be that the reputation is 0. It could be that it's 1, could be the, I think the starting one is already at level 2. No, it's the starting one is at level 1, but basically this one started at level 0. To increase it, you need to deliver resources. So I've already delivered once, I'm going to deliver again, in this case 120 gold parts, and that's going to move us to reputation level 2. Let's do it together actually. I've already, put it into my ship over here. There's already 120, so it's similar to upgrading mines or things like this, right? So it's gonna go, and that's going to increase our reputation. But being at level 1, we can already do it. So now we have 80 glass, right? That's delivered into our trading post. It's gonna take a second for this to be delivered there, and then that's going to start making vehicle parts level 2. They're going to be, stored over here. And then what you can do is either we could upgrade this vehicle level depot level 1 into level 2, or you can even just build a new one directly to level 2. So let's do this. I'm gonna unpause it, and I'm also going to make this so you can deliver directly the resources. You could deliver also the other resources needed, right? There is, for example, in this case, you need a bit of iron and a bit of fuel. In this case, you need rubber and fuel. So you could deliver all of this directly into it. In this case, we're just going to put one. I think that's enough. There is a control tower. Okay, that is almost done. Yeah, we're getting, you know, to the end of the island there. I've done more and more terraforming. You can also see that I've placed some new cargo depots. I was basically testing, you know, how many can I fit. You can see that right now we have 3, and they're not, you know, they're not on top of each other. They have exactly the space to go onto the map. The next one will obviously need to be definitely, you know, somewhere over there, somewhere over here, for example. And then similarly, the next one here needs to be over here somewhere. It's not too far. But yeah, you know, we're making progress there. Let's continue to dig and make this all flat. So we're going to continue there, make it a rectangle. I think that's the right piece. Good. So we're gonna take all of this. Perfect. Going back there, right, so this is going to get built, and then next we have a construction part. Level 1, level 2, level 3. We always want more, you know, you want more of the lower level because this is making 24, this is using 24. So if I have the same number, then that means it's going to be only making the last one, versus if I have more of the lower numbers, that means I can make red ones, but I can also continue to make those ones. So it's a bit better. Now I can see, by the way, that we are low on workers right now. Not great, not great. I'm gonna have to fix this. The ship, I think, is coming back, yes. And you can see that now the reputation is level 2. You can move it to level 3 if you want. This will increase, for example, the population that we can get. And some of these, you know, again, required level 2. This one also required level 2. So it's good that we are now at level 2. So yeah, the bus now is working pretty well. Again, as I said, we're going to be able now to do some of those. You can build new ones in particular because now I have a limit of 140. But what you can also do is you can ask some of these, you know, specific pickups or excavators to go back, right, and be replaced. So in this case, we want to replace it into a truck, right? So we're going to click on this, and that means it's going to go not always right away. It's more when there is resources. It's gonna go over here and it's gonna wait to be transformed into something new. So that's pretty cool. You know, you can do the same for the excavator, right? We obviously want an excavator, so we're gonna keep it like this and just send it so that when there's enough, it's gonna be transformed into the new thing. So now obviously there's a lot less trucks needed to make all of this happen. It's basically fully automated with this bus. We just need to deliver here some basic resources at the start. We're deleting, as I said, all of this. I mean, I think, to be honest, these ones, it's gonna be impossible to get them deleted because there's nowhere to really deliver them in a sense. We have also deleted over here all of the old furnaces, right? They weren't really needed anymore. And instead we've built one more farm because my resources were getting a bit down, and we are making a new bridge now to be aligned with this one, you know, like then I can have a road that goes all the way like this, basically to the mine. That would be pretty cool. So we're making progress on this bridge. We have also finished that bridge there. If we really need to, we could cut those trees, for example. Not that I need to, you know, my forest over here is working pretty well. You can see there's a lot of mature trees, so that's not a problem. Sorry, I see I have a small problem with iron. What is happening? Maybe here, this one is missing. That's a detail. No, the exhaust. Okay, my bad. What's the problem? it should go, it's just that one that's missing, I think. And then it should be fine. Okay, so that's gonna restart. Okay, that's why we were low on iron, but that's not a problem. That's gonna be fixed soon. We have low storage of rubber just because I was emptying rubber. I closed this one. We can restart it now. That's gonna put us even in a worse position on the workers. So for temporary relief, what I'm gonna do is unload the crew of the ship because we don't really need the ship right now. And talking about ship, you may have realized that we've restarted now this cargo ship of crude oil. Why? For two reasons. The first one is I actually wasn't producing enough, which is why we also have Unity on those two, right? We were basically boosting. When you put Unity, it's a boost, so you basically double the production, right? I think by now we can stop it. Actually, we're back into a very nice position. But yeah, I wasn't, making enough with this, and more importantly, this was starting to really get lower and lower. So I thought it was time to really get started. We have now 72 people working there, 1.6 of Unity, and yeah, that's definitely going to help us not rely too much on this. This is going to slow down in terms of getting empty, but soon we'll probably even need to move to the sixth one. So we need to get ready for this. We have also built a new farm there for the tree sapling for two reasons. The first one is to be really close, to where it's being used, right? So actually, did I put the wrong one? No, it's fine. It's fine. But so to make this happen, I had to make this a bit flat, but that was easy. And now the reason, or second reason I wanted to do this is now we can delete this one, and we're gonna be able to build a bigger, distillation or bigger sort of diesel factory for, again, the same reason that I wasn't producing enough without Unity. And the other reason why I want to do this is now we have access to naphtha processing, reforming, hydrogen, even plastic, right? So we have basically the whole shebang. So that's going to be quite important to revamp this into a more efficient one. Here it is, we're delivering some fuel, that's great. So looking over here, this is looking fine, except on this one, I think it's just, this is not producing that much, right? It's producing 12 times 4, so 48. I'm using probably a lot more than this, right? I'm using 24 times 4 because this one is paused. So definitely basically double what I'm making there. So we are gonna have to also make a bigger one of this. Maybe we can make it over here or over there if I want to keep that clean, or potentially over here. Now we also have a problem over here in our city. In our wastewater facility, we're getting very low on water because it's just asking for too much. So, more than 60 basically. So first thing first, we need to upgrade that pipe to be 200, but that means also this is going to require so much water that it's a lot of trucks, so that's not great. And then additionally, you can see that the wastewater that's the result of this is also pretty high, right? It's not yet to 60, but almost there. So obviously we need this pipe to be 200, but this is also only taking 60, right? So we basically need a second one next to it, otherwise that's not going to work. Let's do this. I would want to also treat this. I think we're close to actually the water treatment. Yeah, wastewater treatment is over here. So we can add it to be one of the next few things we're going to look at. And that's going to enable us to hopefully decrease our pollution, because look at this. We have a water pollution of 7, air pollution 8, vehicle pollution. There's a lot of pollution happening over here. If we can do a decrease there, that would be great. In the captain office, we have now a lot more edicts. In particular, we have level 2, and sometimes, they may even be level 3. Right? There's also a few new ones. Unfortunately, we cannot, if I try to click on 2 over here, it doesn't work. Why? Because this is a captain office level 1. we need to first upgrade it to Captain Office level 2. I'm gonna use a bit of Unity, so it goes fast, and you're gonna see this is a pretty cool building. Well, it takes a second to be upgraded, but when it does, I guarantee you it's gonna get bigger, it's gonna get better. Remember how it looks? Because soon it won't look like this anymore. And it gets bigger, bigger, bigger. It doesn't stop. Oh my word. Are you ready? And done. Magnificent. And of course we have a tree just in front of the door. Thank you for that. There is actually a way to take out those trees. It's here. Up. Done. Took a bit of Unity, but it's not too bad. So now I can actually upgrade, you know, to level 2 if I want. Now this is costing a lot of Unity, so I don't think we're gonna do it, but if I wanted, I could. And we have some problems here. So there is low iron. Okay, that's not great, but we have tons of iron here. What's happening? So it's just basically there is no truck here that's helping. Okay, my trucks are indeed extremely busy. That's not great. Now one way I could do this is just assign a truck to be dedicated to this, to make sure that, you know, they always work, but still that's not great. Oh, and my copper, my first coal, my first coal mine, you know, we're getting lower and lower, but yeah, I think it's getting slowly but surely empty. Right, we're not there yet, but pretty soon we will be. So let's continue to dig even further. We'll press F and we're gonna go down. I'm actually going to go down 3 levels. I think that should be the end. We do need to, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. We do need to make sure that the whole thing doesn't fall apart, but I think we're okay-ish because it's a lot of rocks, so it doesn't fall apart. You know, if it was a lot of soil, it would definitely fall apart. But in this case, so far so good. My red parts are basically full now, so then that's gonna make the yellow one get full even quicker, and then these ones. By the way, clicking over here on my trucks, I can actually see that one of these trucks has been built. Where is it? Over here. So it is bigger, right? It is better. If you look at those pickups, it is only 20, and also a fuel tank of only 3 diesel. This one has a fuel tank of 12 diesel. It is actually consuming more, which makes sense because it's transporting 3 times more. But as you can see, it's actually has a fuel tank that is 4 times more. So that's even better. It means you don't need to do it so often. So I'm guessing we've started to make therefore a couple of these. Oh, here is the next one now. But maybe we are actually already out. Yeah, we're already out of glass. That's not great. Let me get a few more so I can show you an extractor. A big one, but you know, it's obviously not very sustainable to just buy this. We need to start making the glass. And as I showed you earlier, we actually can now, because this is this building over here that's going to take this molten glass, and the molten glass is gonna be made in the furnace with glass mix. Now this glass mix, we actually need to make it with a mixer. That's taking some sand, some limestone, some salt and some acid, or just the salt, but then you make a bit less. We actually have a lot of sand, we have a lot of limestone. Just salt, we haven't really started, but it's not that hard, you know, like you can get salt basically with one of those new evaporation pond that we have over here, so that won't be too hard. What is a bit harder, to be honest, is I don't have population right now. We have a very low population. It's partially due to also having so many of those ore sorting plants to make this thing work. We're gonna be out of coal there soon too. Need to start digging. So I may actually need to start this coal mine soon, which again means I need more people. So yeah, we're gonna need more people basically, because it's not like there's a lot of people wasted. I mean, I can probably suppose a few of these. Pretty sure, you know, I have too many of these. Maybe even too many of these ones. And then I could definitely, you know, have, for example, one less of this, right? I could have one less of these for sure, but that's going to slow me down. That's not great, right? Oh, we have too much slag. I think it's again because we have too many people. So let me, too many sort of, my trucks are too busy. So I think we're gonna release a couple of trucks into the network. It's not like I need to clean this part right away, but more importantly, you know, we just need to upgrade and make this city bigger. So for now, we can definitely add one more there. That's an easy fix, but more importantly, I think soon it's really gonna be time to start making a big base of food over here. So yeah, I hope you're excited by this, because that's gonna be a big mission. First, we need to make all of this flat. We're gonna need a lot of water. There is some water there, but we can also start working a lot more now with those seawater pumps, transform it into actual water in this thermal desalinator. Alright, we have access also to the cooling tower, etc. So there's a lot of new things now that we need to do. I'm quite excited. We also still haven't gotten into Ile Saint Louis. It's full of gold, even if the gold is completely underwater, underwater at this point, but underground most importantly. So if we want to access it, we will have to also probably do some terraforming there, but we don't really need gold right away. We have a bit of time before we need gold. Still very happy with the progress, in particular the burst is looking good, it's working well, you know, I don't have any problems so far, so I'm happy with this. We could also easily, you know, connect this to there, connect this there, this there, right? But for now, I think it's just a couple of trucks from time to time, you know, it's very short routes. We have also the surface to reduce the maintenance of those trucks. It's all good. I don't think we have a problem there. I do think we have a small problem, which is that we have finished dumping into the ocean here. So that's why we have actually, I think, high supply. Now, one thing I've started to do is also make a mountain over here. So that way we'll have a reserves of soil for the future. But more importantly is I think these guys need to start delivering over there, right? Like, why are they not delivering over here? That is a strange thing. Did I not put rock there too? Okay. They should definitely deliver the rock too. But he has slag. I don't understand why he is... no, he just delivered it. Okay. A couple of minutes later, not only am I making progress on this bridge, I've also started to work actually on the other side. Because remember, we already do have this small bridge there. It's not ideal because they have to go quite far. But that has enabled me in particular, you know, to start digging over there and dropping right away into the sea there. I'm gonna try to put it, you know, to the level where it's the highest or the, you know, closest to the other island, which is over here. So we're gonna fill all of this, and then everything else I think is usually around, you know, level 3 or even level 4. So we're digging all of this to bring to level 2. That's going to hopefully make us some clean space for a lot of farms in our next episode. Thank you for watching, smash the like button, share in the comments below if you have any questions, thoughts or requests, and I hope to see you next time.